Yeah, one of the things that I noticed over the past couple years, I guess, was that like I enjoy learning things, but sometimes I go on and just like learn or like watch random videos about so many different things in the morning, and then that kind of like adds all these different facts into your brain that are unrelated to what you're actually trying to do.
Yeah, exactly.
So I've tried to like notice if I'm watching something that's interesting to me, I start asking like, this is cool. And like I'll definitely, I still watch a lot of like random videos about different things that aren't directly related to my field, but I like try and limit it and think like every once in a while, is this thing I'm watching something that I'm actually going to be able to use in my life in some way? And if I say no to that question, then I tend to like click off and go back to learning something that it's actually going to apply in my near future.
Yeah. But then
near or medium term future.
But then you do still watch, like I still like breaks. So when you're taking breaks, you can still watch videos that are not related.
Of course, yeah.
Are you just talking about like in the morning? Like at the beginning part of your day?
No, because sometimes like I'll be working on something and then I'll have like a talk or like a science video up or something like that. So like I might be like doing a machine learning project and I have like a video open about like nuclear power or something.
Okay,
like,
yeah.
And then I'm like, wait, I see. Am I actually going to use this soon? Like maybe I'll use it like when I have money and I can make some investments or something, but right now I see. I can't take any action based on it, so I'll try and put on something that's more related to what I'm actually doing.
I see. So it's like you try not to dive too deeply into topics that you can't really do anything about in the moment. Yeah. Because it gives your mind too much to process.
Yeah. And sometimes it's useful because you'll look at like, there's a saying that like advancements always come from the intersection of two disciplines. So like you'll see something. Like for me, like I said, I watch a lot of educational stuff. So I'd say I was watching something about like biosciences or like some technique that they're using to develop some drug or something like that. And maybe it's like, maybe there's some aspect of that that's applicable to what I'm doing. Like a lot of the times there's like cross-pollination of ideas between disciplines. And that's can be super useful. So I don't like cut it out entirely, but like that's where you'll find most opportunities too for new ideas. But I don't cut it out entirely, but I try and stay a little bit more on topic.
Yeah, so it's like similar to what I always preach. This is like, be really mindful of the information that you're consuming and the content that you're consuming. And it's like for you, it comes down to topics. But for me, like I discern whether content is good for me or not good for me based on how it makes me feel. Because I'm like, my main goal at the core of everything is to maintain a more uplifted state of being. So that if I can get myself to stay in the stable state of uplifted, like a sense of like someone who's I feel peaceful and joyful, and it's like that's my main goal at the bottom of it, at the core of it. And then once that's stabilized, then I can help my clients. Then I could show up on YouTube and like post like content that uplifts other people. But for me, it's like anytime I watch anything, like I have to not watch TV shows. Like I have to stop myself from watching TV shows that maybe explore darker themes, because even though they're really interesting and I appreciate the thought and the creativity that went into creating these like shows, if it makes me feel less than uplifted and less than peaceful, and it starts introducing darker themes and darker energies into me, then it's hard for me to go on and do the things that I wanted to, that I've set out to do. So it's like you talk like in terms of cutting out content that's not serving based on topic, and then I'm like based on feeling, based on the vibe of it, based on the intentions of the people, of like what themes that are exploring, like what are the ideas and energies that I'm letting into my space. That's really important. And that it's like, that's in terms of content that you watch or you read or etc. But it's also the people that you interact with. Like if you're speaking to someone who's like, you have to kind of be really mindful about what perspectives you're letting into your own mind, because your mind can take a perspective and then like build a whole storyline around it, and you can get into some really dark places just because you were watching too many dark things, right?